Hey, this is Lacey, your Las Vegas gal, here with my very good friend, Amber Coleman.
Hey.
She's my favorite, you know why.
I'm always excited to be here.
You're so amazing. We're going to give you a quick market update, so stay tuned. We're going to get you all the info you need, because I know you're thinking about moving to Vegas in 2021, right? That's what I thought. So what are we talking about?
We want to talk about something super exciting this year. I mean, not this year, this new coming year. I am really excited to walk into 2021. Are you too?
I am beyond ready for 2021. I'm sure the rest of the world can agree.
We are all excited for 2021. Yeah. Whatever hits us, we are ready for it.
Man.
So bring it.
And it's been a really good year, 2020, from a real estate perspective. So I feel bad even kind of dogging the year, but there's so much other stuff that I think it's okay.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It had some low lows and some high highs.
Yeah, it
for
did.
definitely. So 2021, we want to talk about the housing market for 2021.
Yes.
So
specifically in Las Vegas.
Yeah, because it is important. I mean, we hear all these things, like you'll hear on the news, well, the housing market's going to do this. That. It really depends on where you live.
Yeah,
like, it's really important to look at the city that you live in and what that city's doing. And, you know, so 2021 for the Las Vegas housing market.
Because national news is great, but local news is what we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Local, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, the housing market's been kind of crazy. Actually, we were joking a couple of hours ago. I was talking to one of my team members, and he said, the housing market's lit. And it is. I mean, it's lit. It really is lit. It's crazy. We've got not enough houses to sell, too many buyers coming, crazy low interest rates. It's been like a zany year.
Yeah.
How has it been in your world as far as the lending stuff goes?
Like the craziest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was just looking at, you know, the end of 2020 as we're looking at it. And I mean, it made me tear up, honestly. Because, you know, it's just been crazy to be able to see this year the way that it has flown. Right. And then to be, I mean, it's been a lot of crazy stuff happening this year, but to be able to see so many homeowners become homeowners that never thought they'd be homeowners before.
It's my favorite part of this entire year.
I know, and so many people moved to Vegas that never thought that they could get out of their cities before because of jobs. So with all the bad came so much good within this year. Yeah. And then the money savings for everybody's households too, you know, with how the low the rates have been. There's been, you know, a lot of crazy stuff this year, but been so much good.
A lot of positive. And as we move now into 2021, you know, we're taking a lot of that positivity with us, right?
Yes.
We're leaving the bad and taking the good. Yeah, what is it they say? Leave the meat on the bones or the bones on the meat? I don't know. I'm always bad with those.
You always have really good sayings.
No, those are bad. That wasn't even the right thing.
Can you see the deer in the headlights there?
Anyway, but let's definitely talk about the good that we're bringing into 2021, because I think that a lot of people have not done much dreaming in the 2020. A lot of people have not been doing much of the I want to make my life this way. But you have the control still. The pandemic is not going to stop you from living your life. And Vegas might be a place where you can actually build a life of your dreams, truly, because we're affordable. We love you. We're an amazing community. We've got awesome things, and it's freaking Vegas. Like, hello, it's Vegas. Like, that's enough said.
Vegas is amazing.
So one of the things, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
It is. Everybody wants to be in Vegas.
I know I do, but one of the major things that I think we should definitely touch on, that definitely is in your world, is those low interest rates that we've been seeing for the last year or last several months. Yeah. In your opinion, as things move forward into this year, are you hoping that that's going to stick? Are you thinking it is? I mean, you're really the expert when it comes to this.
Yeah, and here's what I've been looking at, because I mean, interest rates do mean everything. Interest rates keep the housing market moving. Interest rates, they feed a lot of stuff.
They throttle what we're doing on a daily basis.
They completely do. Yeah. So the big thing that I want to look at here is the feds.
Okay.
You know, like I've read
like the FBI feds, like they're going to raid us, or like the feds?
The feds, yeah. Not the FBI, yeah. But that was a good question. I like that though. Okay. But so I've been reading what the economists are saying, you know. But I think the big one to look at right now is what the feds are doing, because what the feds have done this year is they've put in so much money to mortgage-backed securities, where they've kind of artificially kept rates super low right now. And if you know, they've kind of gone lower throughout how
and it's like historical low, right? We've never ever seen rates
not in my lifetime, but I don't think in anybody's lifetime.
We're saying like under 3%, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the average
we can't really say rates on here because they change all the time daily, but crazy low rates. So what the feds are doing is they've come out and said, well, we're going to continue putting money into mortgage-backed securities through 2021. They've said longer than that, but I mean, obviously it depends on, because they have they have their monthly meetings, and so it depends on what the economy is doing at that time. If it starts becoming stimulated a lot faster in other ways, then
if people are getting vaccinated, if people are going back to work, if the cities are reopening, then obviously that slows down, right?
Yeah, it's going to slow down. Yeah, because right now, I mean, bad news kind of means low interest rates. You don't want to always see that, but that's kind of what it does.
But while it's happening, you should definitely take advantage of it.
So it's going to take a little bit for them to start pulling back on what they're putting into mortgage-backed security. So I think at least for the first half of 2021. I mean, they've said for all of 2021 that they're going to go into putting money into it, but because it all depends on so many different things, I would say for at least the first half, I think we're safe with low interest rates, which means good news for the housing economy.
Absolutely.
Because that's what's going to that's what's stimulating so many people to buy right now. And if you own a house, the value of your house is only going up and up with all this craziness happening.
It's been kind of nutty, but in a good way. Some of the other positivity that I think we should take into this next year that we are taking in is
let's bring the positive.
Positivity,
positive
is what we do.
Let's do it.
Is the fact that people now have a choice as to where they get to live.
I know.
I mean, not everyone in the world, but a large percentage of the major organizations around the world, the major industries have decided, wow, like you actually can work from home and be successful and can be productive, and people are actually more responsible than maybe in years past. So what that's giving us is hope and a choice, which is wonderful for people who live in really crazy expensive cities, who can't afford half of what they're already paying for, let alone off of what they make. Now they can make good money or make money wherever they're making it, but bring it here to Vegas and actually live very, very cheaply. We have
what are we calling it? The Great Movement?
The Great Movement across the nation is really what's kind of happening. But truly, why wouldn't you want to move to Vegas? We have very low property taxes. We have no state income tax. So you're getting a raise already with those two components. And then everything else to boot with the fact that it's Vegas. That's all we have to say, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that more than anything. I mean, obviously the low interest rates is great, but I just think the opportunity for choice, I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. And I'm really excited about that.
I think the companies are really coming into it and saying, hey, I could have this business that's very profitable and not have to pay rent.
Absolutely.
So I think and I think people in general have really come into, they like working from home.
Absolutely.
They're going to do a better job for their employer working from home because they don't want to stop working from home. So,
and I am seeing a lot of people working a lot more than they normally would, so that's not always fun because it is hard to put that boundary of it's dinner time, turn off the computer.
It is. I have the same problem.
I do too. We both have the same problem. But I am excited that's a big piece of positivity that's coming with us. I'm really, really excited about that. As far as those two items are concerned, those are great things. The only kind of not great thing that comes from that is we don't have a lot of houses to sell right now in Las Vegas.
Isn't it crazy seeing the inventory?
Yeah. I think it's the lowest inventory I've ever seen.
I was going to say, have you ever seen it lower than this?
No.
Because I remember last spring thinking that would it get any lower than where it's at right now? And then now you're like, dang.
Do you want to hear like a really scary number?
Okay, tell me.
So I just did a search in the entire MLS just to see, right? How many houses are actually for sale in Las Vegas? 7,000 houses in all of Las Vegas.
And that's how many months worth of inventory?
2.2 to be exact.
Crazy.
7,000. We have 2.1 million people that live here, and there's only 7,000 vacant homes ready to be sold for you to buy. So that doesn't include new homes. There's still new homes being built, all of that, but that's a ridiculously low number that it's a little scary because what happens is you've got a frenzy of buyers ready to move and make that big exciting decision on where they're going to live. You've got these great low interest rates thanks to people like Amber who can help you figure out if that's the right thing for you, right? There is a link below if you want to learn more about what's going on here or me. But at the end of the day, those two things are wonderful, but then when you don't have enough houses, what happens is these people are starting to frenzy a little bit and overbid and overpay for some of those homes.
That is happening quite a bit right now.
But don't worry, 2021.
Do you think that the holidays though might bring, when it's over, it might bring a little bit more houses on the market?
Yes, I do think that the holidays being over are definitely going to start to bring us some more inventory to work with. But I also think the bigger component of that is right now we're still experiencing, just in Las Vegas, a moratorium on, or I don't know if the moratorium sticks, but people are not being evicted right now. There's a process of being evicted for people who can no longer pay their rent because they lost their job has not stopped, right? So people are living for free in these homes. These investors are eating that cost or they're getting assistance from the government. And this is a cyclical effect that's happening that is leaving us with not a lot of homes to work with. So I foresee us seeing people are starting to either get their jobs back or not, looking to sell and maybe cash in instead of having to foreclose.
And some of those investment properties might sell
and I think some of these investors are probably a little worn down after this last year, and they're going to want to put those houses on the market. So never fear, 2021 has some good news in it for you when it comes to that, but please come into this knowing if you're thinking about moving or buying. And I know you've been waiting because we get a lot of phone calls. I know you do. I'm waiting till January. I'm waiting till after the holidays. I'm waiting. Just don't wait. Call us now, because if you don't call us, we will not be ready for you when you call.
Really, in this market, you don't know what next month holds,
right?
You don't. So,
try
to,
get
started earlier than later. Yeah.
And usually when you start to work with Amber or with our team, we don't care when you end up buying or if you even buy. It could be 10 years from now. We just want to make sure you have the right answers, so you're making those decisions with that information at hand. So a lot of people are going off of national news. Again, local is what matters. And a lot of people are listening to their buddies and their friends who are not in this real estate industry and who are not lenders. So come to the experts, come to the people who know what the heck we're talking about.
You said that so well.
I do this for a living, so
this Las Vegas guy right here.
But I don't know. For me, 2021 is going to be a positive year. Would you say the same?
I think so too.
Yeah, I think more homeowners are going to be getting into houses that maybe would have never purchased before, right?
I think that's happening right now.
It's already happening.
But I think people that have never ever thought about. I just met with one today. They said they've been renters for 9 years, and they're like, we're finally stepping into it. I pulled everything, and I'm like, what held you back all this time? But I think because you're always seeing low interest rates, you're hearing about it all the time. You're hearing about the movement in the housing. It's just sparking an interest in you to buy a house. And I think we're always a big component of let's make your house your home.
Yeah, home has never been more important. I know you've been saying that for a long time. Home has never been more important. And a lot of you, especially after this last year, need a little more elbow room and get a little cramped.
Home is really important now.
Real important. So, if you're moving to Las Vegas, you're able to get a little bit more for your money, not only because of the interest rates, but because we're so freaking cheap. Our average price right now, and it's right now, so keep that in mind with the frenzy happening, is $351 for single family homes. And I think it's around $167 for condos.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And again, that's across all of Las Vegas, new and resale.
Oh yeah, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but that still is cheap for what other like from places that you guys come from. I bet that sounds pretty cheap.
Absolutely,
like you can get a really nice house compared to what you can do in other cities.
I mean, $351 right now can get you over 2,000 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms in a really nice neighborhood, possibly gated, with a beautiful park nearby. Like Vegas is where it's at when it comes to getting value for your money when it comes to houses.
It
for
sure is.
So I'm looking forward to 2021. I'm looking forward to the rest of 2021 because I get to work with one of my best friends, and we get to offer the best clients the best deals. It's just the best. It's so always
fun.
the best.
It's just a fun day. It's a good time.
It is.
Do you want to talk about like loan limits for 2021?
I do,
too?
actually.
Because that's pretty exciting too. So every year the loan limits kind of change. So when like conventional last year was 510 400.
Right.
So right now
that's like the most you can get a loan for is 510,000.
And what that means is that conventional offers like lower down payment, lower interest rates. Once you get into jumbo, then you're kind of looking at a different world.
And jumbo is anything above the 510.
Well, now it's raised. So now we're at 548 250.
So the ability to get more money is not only because of the interest rates, but you can now actually elevate the loan to another level because they've raised those limits. That's awesome.
So as house prices have moved up a little bit, it kind of gives you a little bit more leeway for better programs, lower down payment, that kind of stuff. So that was super exciting.
FHA just raised their limit too,
right?
FHA
did too. They're at 362, 350.
Okay, let me just say something. When I bought my house, which was going into my 3rd year. Oh my gosh,
do you remember what it was?
It was 286 or 283. 283 500 or something.
500, yeah.
It was under 300,000 was what the limit was. So that's all we could qualify for because we got an FHA loan. So we ended up having to come out of pocket and do some fun math on that, which was great. Yeah. Then it moved up to 311 just this year, right? Just earlier or 2020, right? And now it's already at what again?
363.
So it's gone up $70,000 ish in a year or two, right? That's amazing. And what's amazing about that is that program allowed my husband and I and my family to get into a home with only 3.5% down from a down payment perspective. So it really helped us not have to save that much longer. We were able to jump in, we were able to buy the house for what we wanted, and we got a really good deal because of it.
And what it does too is you can add grants to those programs. You can add a lot of different things. So
free money is always a good thing.
So FHA has a lot of more lenient guidelines to it that you can do.
So loan limits are important. So interest rate's important, right? Understanding what the average price is.
And the average price loan limits are very important. Yeah.
Right. I mean, these are all really important things for people to be considering as the market moves forward.
So I think all positives for 2021.
Listen, I think we're going
I'm going to keep it that way right now.
Right. We're going to send like kisses and butterflies into the air.
Butterflies.
2021.
We should do a video with butterflies.
We absolutely should. Wishing you a happy new year, I guess.
Yes,
as
happy
we
new year.
move into 2021. And if you have questions, if you want to learn more, Amber's the best loan officer on the planet, in my opinion.
Aww.
She's won all kinds of awards that she never likes to brag about. We'll do that later. And then our team, the Cerrone Group, we would love to serve you, and we love working hand in hand.
We make
with
a
Amber.
good dream team together. So
we are the dream.
We are the dream.
And we're going to help you dream this year.
If you're looking to move to Vegas, definitely make the phone calls. We're happy to help you.
Yeah.
Happy to get you here. Happy to see you make your dreams come true.
Absolutely. We've got a link in the description below, or you can check the comments. We'll pin our link there. We want to make it really easy for you. If for some reason you can't find those stinking links because watching YouTube on different devices is kind of fun, just find us on social media, Amber Coleman Loans, or you can go to Las Vegas Gal or the Cerrone Group. We're just all of us ready and willing and happy about hearing from you and helping you get there.